I don't know where I will end up, but I'll find it someday.
It's been an interesting season for both these teams. warFare GG are at the moment 9 wins and 4 losses in the ESEA Main season, or 9 wins and 3 losses, excuse me. But Vanquish Gaming, they're pretty hotly contesting that same position with 8 wins and 4 losses, and both of them have also come straight off of a loss versus their individual opponents. It was a little bit more of a struggle for warFare as they lost 16-7 versus Original Esports. But I have a feeling that this could be a very, very good game. Some of these players in the server I have either personal connection with, or I guess emotional connection with in some cases here. Vanquish, undeniably with an impressive and important roster. Now, one thing I also want to mention about Vanquish is that there is a bit of a question mark surrounding their roster as well. If you notice, there are 2 players from Vanquish Gaming who are new to the fun, I suppose. You see that Boomy and David are both not in at the moment, and Lobster and Hindalorian, I'm just going to call him Hein, are actually in instead of the 2. And on some cases, you might have to think about momentum and if that could really decide a lot for how this game is going to go. It all starts off on a pistol round. It looks like warFare are going to be trying to go for a mid-B split just immediately. Hey, what's up, Comic? How you doing? It's always good to see you in here, Comic. It's always good to see a nice slow pistol round as well. warFare, again, just setting up for that classic B pop. Pine will be the one to have to deal with the mid part of it, but will have no such luck doing it. That smoke going out towards Connector ruins the sight lines for the CTs as well. Nice will try to receive the terrorist over at site, but get quickly snuffed out by Hydric, who's found a double so far. And a 5-on-3. It's a little bit rough now for warFare. For Vanquish, excuse me, as warFare kind of seem to be stomping them on this pistol round so far. Although Lobster is able to get one in return, and Hydric, he struggles with the Glock, but makes it a triple with Jonesy picking up the last 2. An ace between the 2 members, and warFare are going to be able to pick that one up in a pretty solid fashion. Losing, what was it, 1, maybe 2 players, if anything. Definitely going to be a solid buy in round number 2 for them. And with the smokes to boot, Vanquish Gaming are not really going to have much of a horse in this race whatsoever. You see Mello's full saving here just so he can get an AWP in his hands most likely. We'll check this out. Quad stack, or excuse me, triple stack over at Catwalk with a player over at mid window. Could maybe lead to some lethality because, again, the first man in is Mello, who only has a USP, and surprisingly, him and Hydric are making it work. That triple stack doesn't exactly juice out any of that T economy. Although Hydric is tagged pretty low, he's bleeding internally, 2 health to his name. Really, the USPs aren't going to be able to do much of anything at the end of the day, and just like that, warFare GG pick up their second and a nice clean anti-eco round. Kind of as expected, nothing too crazy. But this could be the round where things start getting interesting. Immediately off the bat, we see Vanquish Gaming are going to be going for a full buy. They do have to cut some corners. It's not the prettiest in the world. Hein is going to have to go for a scout instead of an AWP, but maybe the sniper can still do some work. I've been really impressed with some of the scout plays from teams of all calibers here, and maybe Hein can be yet another example of it. He loses the initial mid duel as he's tagged down to 27 points of health. Mirth elsewhere, though, takes down Nice, and things are looking good, looking up for warFare GG as they find another one. Mirth, although he's hurting, he's still kicking. And Corin is kicked down the stairs as well. It's going to look like a flawless round at this rate here. warFare GG just do not look contested at all on this first gun round. If you didn't tell me, I would have thought this is all pistols. No struggle at all from the terrorist side as he quickly put together a third as well, and that will allow so much money to fly into the pockets of the terrorists. It's not exactly the best scenario for Vanquish Gaming either, though. Or for Vanquish Gaming, rather. They're up on a couple of upgrade pistols, very light util. Lobster and Tix will have armor and armor flash, respectively. Yo, what's up, Snap? How you doing? Damn, all the Arizona friends are in this right now. I'm so happy. Now, Mills might not be happy, though, because he is just waiting right outside of a triple palace stack. If he were to peek his head just a little bit, he could be in for a nasty surprise. warFare seems to have avoided the danger themselves, but once they start snuffing out where this push could be, warFare could easily take this wherever they like. Another push going to be coming through, and surely Mills is going to start understanding the signs of a stack as he's just going to abandon ship and let the CTs bring the fight to him. But he's not going to exactly play easy to get. He's going to make the CTs work for every one of their kills, but Mills will just make them all his own as he's found 4. Wants to make an anti-eco ace, but I think Tix will go ahead and, well, at least deny that moral victory. As he's actually able to pick off one terrorist with that P250, playing the long game, and Hydrick steals that ace potential from Mills. Still a very solid round, especially with the Galil as well. I loved how Mills was playing the lurk. So even if Vanquish Gaming did somehow overwhelm them, it's not the best gun. But still delivering with that force-up rifle of a Sentry. He's actually still going to stick on it despite having 10K in his money clip. He's comfortable with it. Fast play from warFare out onto the A bomb site here. Jonesy, first one out, just kind of falls immediately. It's a conga line out of Palace, and it's trades even back and forth here. And Mello will eventually break that stalemate and pick up behind DeLorean. Bomb is planted as well, and things are looking up for the terrorist side yet again. There's utility on Hydrick's back right now. I don't know why he's not using it, but because of that, the CTs are able to overwhelm through their own spawn and make it onto the A bomb site. Mills and Mello, the two players with M, will try to get this W, and he won't be able to close it out alone, but Mills surely will step up to the plate. That Galil still in the picture and still delivering again. Now Mills up to 13,000 will finally upgrade his rifle. But talk about getting your money's worth. So many kills out of it. So many rounds out of it. warFare, that's another scary round. Dodged from Vanquish, or dodged from the side of Vanquish rather. And they're going to be on upgrade pistols yet again, the CTs, and another stack seems to be on the cards as well. This time it's over towards Connector. A single player dedicated for the B push. I don't think warFare are going to give it up that easily. Oh, healthy grenade onto Mirth and Hydrick though. Tags him down to half, and that's really important because again, those many deagles that are in play, this puts him within 1 or 2 shots of potential death. Mills still delivering from the back line though, picks up 1. Potential for a second is there, and he delivers on it. A third though might be out of the question because he's within 1-shot distance of that Desert Eagle. But his teammates will have him backed up. Rifle is most likely going to be denied from the CTs as well, as Nice, stuck in a clutch scenario, is just zoned out from the site entirely. And now 6 in a row for warFare. Things are starting to look a little bit dismal for Vanquish. I really feel like they have just a couple of more chances to really get a solid foothold in this half. I mean, this is far from like an impossible scoreline. Like, it's still possible for it to be a 9-6 for Vanquish, but if warFare keep confidently winning these gun rounds, it's going to be kind of scary how many rounds warFare can juice out of this one. Setting up for an A execute while the push is faked over towards B, and a push right out. Mirth will be the first man in, flashed, blinded, but still kicking, still pushing through this. Another healthy nade lands onto Mello and Hydrick, and the M4 will be there to convert it, but Mirth will convert it right back into a 4-on-4. Molotov for the peak being taken care of, and all the CTs being tucked into bed as well. Mello closes the distance between CT, and the trades are just not there. Koran will try to look around and take out Jonesy, but Jonesy is just absolutely rolling him right now. Yo, Wazoo, what kind of Discord are you looking for, man? Because if you're looking for like my personal Discord tag, I can like just link it in here, but should I make like a community Discord? Who knows? And who knows what Vanquish Gaming can even do, because this is exactly what I was worried about. 7 in a row for warFare at the moment. And back onto pistols again. Sound like a broken record at this point here, but it's the same story, different round for Vanquish almost every single time. Same idea that they're going to be going for a stack. This time it's at the B-bomb site. This time Hydrick will be the first one in and quickly dismantles Nice. Possibly second one on the cards for him, and a third as well. Lobster is ready to walk into his crosshairs, and although he takes down his teammate, he will be quickly avenged. And speaking of quick, talk about a quick round. They are just absolutely rolling at the moment. Vanquish, still no rounds to their name and barely any kills either. Their highest fragger has 3, and that's Koran, who is my player to watch in this. But it's been a quiet game for everybody on the CT side, hoping to change their luck on round number 9 here. Looking to get that first W on the board. The CTs still seem a bit afraid to try to take mid-aggression of some sort. Hein, who was playing window previously, now is making his home in connector. And finally, first frag goes the way of the CTs for the first time in a long, long time. I'd argue the entire game, in fact. As Mills, one of the top fraggers, is removed from the equation, it becomes a slightly easier problem to solve for Vanquish. But they still need to get past that finish line. Koran, waiting in ladder room right now, could completely demolish the plans of warFare to try to drag this round back to reality. And although he takes a bit of burn damage while doing it, he sustains the first degrees and gets a second kill for his team. Now it's 5-on-3. warFare now on the verge of finally losing their first round after what seemed like such a rough couple rounds for the CTs. Mirth will try to take a fight over at B. Jonesy elsewhere will take down Hein DeLorean. That's the AWP, the sniper down, which means that connector could be quite open for business right now, and especially since Hydrick and Jonesy are finding all the kills. Suddenly it's a 3 versus 2, and now I doubt warFare will somehow choke this one away. I doubted them. But this is why you never count out warFare, because from a 5-on-3 to a 0 versus 3, warFare will steal away yet another round and force Vanquish Gaming onto another rough force-up situation. They can do a little bit better than Pistols this time around. They could definitely expend a little bit more money for utility, but that, oh man, that has to be rubbing salt in the wound right now. warFare are just not looking contested at all by a team that is just barely right below their record in this season. warFare look like a well-oiled machine at the moment. And they're looking to close this one out quick versus Vanquish. Hein DeLorean could stop it though, as he's in a bit of a cheeky position in underpass. Gets a couple of pot shots onto Hydrick, but he's on borrowed time. Coming from behind will be Mirth, who quickly disposes of him. Another man advantage for warFare, but dragged right back. It will be Tix who gets one with the Desert Eagle. Backs up, doesn't want to try to retrieve the rifle, but the trades are very decent so far from the CTs. However, it's a long-standing game that they will eventually come out on the loser's end of. And with a 3-on-2 in order, won't make it a 3-on-1. It's looking primed to be double digits already for warFare. And have seriously met no trials or tribulations so far. Other than a couple of rounds like the one previously that we saw. That was their closest, chance to get one on the board, Vanquish. It was a 5 versus 3, but they lost out from there. Part of it is on warFare just being, nuts in their own way, but at the same time, Vanquish just can't quite seem to get a stable economy together. Tag through the smoke. That's gotta hurt. It's looking to be a speed ran game, apparently. Double digits already for the terrorist side on the statistically less than favorable half, too. Still no luck. And still no change of pace, because the T's will set up for an execute full this time, with Hydrick being the only player looking at B. Set up for a full standard A execute. Going to go ahead and try to scrim this one out. Lots of decent information is being made by Vanquish, though. They're starting to punish some of this mid-aggression, or lack thereof, of warFare. And although, sure, the T's can set up for an execute, they have to watch their behind, because things could start getting very scary very soon. Keep in mind, Tix is still watching from behind. Jonesy might be keen on it. Oh, man. Luckily, someone's noticing from behind. Corrin will be there to join the cause. Nice will find a kill over at B. That's the Lurker. Hydric down. Now this execute has to be pretty golden from warFare, but Jonesy doesn't give a damn about anything that the CTs are trying to pull off now. It's another bomb planted, another Molotov forced out into CT, and things are right back in favor of warFare. Sure, they don't have the men to do it, but they have the bomb. Playing against the clock has been Vanquish Gaming's biggest trial so far, and maybe they can't get past this iron barrier. Oh man, Jonesy just barely stays alive. Mello barely staying in this one, and finally, the drought is over. Vanquish can finally drink and quench their thirst from a lack of rounds. No 16-0 dream for you tonight. Vanquish Gaming finally pick up one off the back of a very close, not exactly a confident round whatsoever. Vanquish Gaming with only one player remaining at the end of it. Wasn't exactly healthy either. Something like 8 HP to their name or something like it. Finally will fall the beast. And I think Vanquish Gaming are going to try their hand again at some of this mid-aggression. 2 players dedicated to the cause, and, well, 1 already out of the picture entirely. Tix will try to, redeem himself, redeem his teammate, but it's just going to be another one for free, really, for warFare. Corrin slightly drags things back into his team's favor, and Nice will do the same with an MP9 frag over at B. Bomb retrieved, and back into an even game we go. Now, usually having an even man scenario does favor the Ts because it forces the CTs to split their defense. But a gamble stack towards B might work out for Vanquish. They have the right idea on what to do here. Jonesy, though, in from the back line could easily ruin the plans, and he has his plan ruined instead. Lots of util left on the T side to make their push happen. Nice, meanwhile, lurks with an MP9 and could take down Mills, but Mills will come out on top with that Krieg. Now, again, it's a 2-on-2 this time. Bomb is planted, so again, it's a race against the clock for the CTs. The shot doesn't connect, but the follow-up does. Corrin, he's going to be able to find a triple in the round, looking to make it 4, as he's soon about to burn alive. He's on 3 points of health. It's going to be up to Mello, but this is an impossible situation, surely. He gets the first, no way. He's going to be able to get the second. He does! Mello, a 1 versus 3, continues the streak of dominance for warFare. They are just getting everything going their way. Another mind-blowing round. warFare, how do they keep making it work? Keep crushing the hopes and dreams of Vanquish. There's no such thing as a stable economy for the CTs, apparently. It's just going to be more bad headlines for them. They have an AWP, sure, but the rifles from there on out start getting a little bit disappointing. FAMAS's MP9s and a scout. But they're getting the kills that they need. But they need to find even more. Bomb immediately planted. Solid post-plant positions taken from the T side here. Now the gig is on for warFare to try to hold down the site, but Tix is trying to make this a close quarters combat, very close round as much as he possibly can. Jonesy's the last one standing against 2 here, and he's not going to have a cold day in hell's chance. It's another really fast and a bit of a scrappy one, to be totally honest, but it's a much needed one from Vanquish at the end of the day, as they are going to be able to post 2 so far. The best that they can hope for at this point is 4-11. But even then, that's going to be not exactly the most confident of score lines, halftime scores. Another broken buy from Vanquish. They can afford a little bit more to eat, though. You see Hyndalorian has a Krieg in play, and that's always scary to put in the hands of a CT. Perhaps he can deliver with it, trying to look out towards mid, and Mills avoids the spam and will actually push to the mid boxes instead. Smoke towards Cat. Looks like a mid-B split is in order. That's from what I see at the moment. Oh man, Nice, how did he find that one? Just a free one onto Jonesy. Again, a solid start from Vanquish. They're going to need all these rounds from here on out to make it at least a workable CT side. Sure, comeback is possible with any scoreline, but this would be a bit monstrous if they can somehow make this work. Nice holding the line with an AWP could easily spoil the push for the T's, and indeed he'll do just that. Find another one onto Hydric, a double in the round. Might want to triple up too. Mellows inching ever closer to that certain danger. Mills falls to Corin in the back line, and this is looking like a dead round now for warFare. Looking awfully good though from Vanquish. They most likely will be able to get another third round on the board. This time it's a lot more solid than the past couple of wins that they've had. I mean, think about their first round win. They had one player remaining. Think about the second round that they won. They had 2 players remaining. This time they're on the verge of having 5 if they can just take down these last 2 members, Mirth and Mello. Look to be taking the L this time around, and indeed it will be just that. A triple for Nice threads the needle for Vanquish to put them on a much needed single digit of round. One more chance for warFare and one more chance for Vanquish. Both have completely different reasons for wanting to get another round on the board. For warFare, it would just be salt in the wound, and for Vanquish, it would just be desperation, really. No players committed towards mid is a bit of an interesting switch up from the CTs. Oh man, Mills. Ooh, he's tagged up a bit in that molly. If Hyndalorian repeaks it, it doesn't look like he will. That could have been a bit scary. Certain danger avoided. It's a very surefire sign that things are going to go your way at the end of this half. Hyndalorian takes down Mello, but a trade out from Hydric puts it right back into a 4-on-4. Not much utility remains. Actually, never mind. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. Mills is just kind of out in the middle of no man's land, though. And oh, fully blind, don't care. Mills still takes down Lobster as he's boiled alive over at Sandwich. 4-on-2. It's looking an awful lot like a 4-on. I can't talk, but apparently Vanquish can't hold. But they have another chance at it. Hind doesn't want to make this a 12-3 half. He wants to try to get that 4th, but warFare, no give. Bomb will get planted in due time. Got to clear the site to make sure everything's safe, but indeed it is. The CTs are elsewhere. They'll be quick on the rotate, sure. This time you just have to bring out your best retake server sort of deal with the mollies to boot as well. Now just waiting for that initial push, something of the sort. And it comes from behind, but it finds nothing. Jonesy, who's really been wreaking havoc over the CT side the whole half, this time gets snuffed out, but no chance for Vanquish Gaming in that final 15th, as it's a 12-3 at the half in favor of warFare. Nothing short of dominant. That's so rough, especially on the statistically favored side. Vanquish Gaming just can't find anything, really. They're really going to maybe need to talk about things during this brief halftime break before we get right back into the action. But, I mean, we saw 12-3 comebacks happen, even at all levels of CS. Think about, Mouse versus G2 just yesterday. 12-3 halves are far from impossible, but it all starts with a pistol. It's a pretty must-win situation for Vanquish, to be totally honest. At the very least, even if they lose that pistol, they'll have one guaranteed full gun round. But it would have to be nearly flawless from there on out. They'll give it their best go. And that's all they can really go off of. 4 players dedicated to the cause for B. 3 Vanquish members are making their way there, but instead decide to dawdle over at Underpass. They have a single player, Mirth, alone anchoring at A. And it looks like it's going to be a mid-A push. This could be real big. This could be exactly what Vanquish Gaming need indeed. Playing retake is most likely in warFare's best interest at the moment, though. Sure, the rotates will come through. Mirth just has to hold his ground, make sure the T's can't push into their spawn too closely, or at least punish it if they do. When the punishment, it's through, but it's nothing short of just a weak spanking. A slap on the cheek, perhaps, and slapped on the cheek with a bullet to the face. kills are coming through, but they're all going the way of Nice as he's able to find 3 over towards CT spawn. Hydric, he'll have the kit and have an armor to work with, so he has the tools necessary to make this round work, but he doesn't have the opponents. Incredibly important round for Vanquish Gaming to win, and they don't falter on it. A very convincing pistol, all things considered. The fact that Nice in particular was just able to wreak havoc in CT spawn for so long is a really promising sign. He's been one of the best performers on the team alongside Koran. He's 11 kills, which it's not incredible, but it's way better than almost anybody else on the team was. And oh, Hein just ran right into his stack. He gives up a gun, but it's no matter because the AKs stay healthy. And we'll get the bomb down on B very, very quick. Rotates are through, and Nice is not quite ready for the absolute pace that the CTs bring, but it's still no worry whatsoever. They'll dispatch of every member of the counter-terrorist forces, no problem, once they walk into his crosshairs. Last one standing will be Jonesy with the USP. Really, at this point, there's nothing more that I can hope for, maybe other than one exit frag. Nice is pretty low, but he won't even get that. 12-5 Vanquish. That's another one on the board for them. Still a little bit of a ways to go, to say the very least, but it's a good start. However, the good headlines end there. Vanquish Gaming feel a little bit confident and want to go for this kind of bonus round. They keep 2 MAC-10s into the first gun round from warFare. It's a bit of a dangerous game to play against players who have kind of been hot on their heels this entire series so far. Not series, this entire match so far. Playing this kind of dangerous game with a counter-terrorist is probably not in your best interest if you're trying to make a comeback happen. But hey, they're the ones playing in main, not me. Mills jumps spying through into pass spots absolutely nobody. He spams through mid anyway, and ooh, a boost up is in order. No one's watching for it, so Mills could be in for a nasty surprise if he's not watching. Smoke goes out towards connector, but 2 players have now seized control of jungle. Mills, he's ready for it. Picks down one of the MAC-10 members, but a second is just not exactly in his field of vision. Jonesy holds the line. He's in for a lot right now, and he doesn't fail to deliver. Mello picks up 2, and yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. The bonus round does not work out for Vanquish whatsoever. Sure, they'll have another buy in their hands. That's not the worry, but that's exactly what I was a little bit scared about. I cringed a little when I saw Mello just blow up with that 2K in the kill feed. Miracle play from him really to hold down the site, and it's exactly what warFare need to go ahead and close this gap. Or not close this gap, but close this match out even closer. CT seem to be going for a mid-B or a contact play of some sort. They're setting up for it. Koran and Nice already eat a bit of damage, though. Oh, but Hydric, although he's waiting on top of the ninja spot right now, will have to be an assassin because of it, though. Koran sneaks around, and he's not ready for it. Hydric picks up one. A triple, actually! Oh, it's actually a double. Mill stole it away as he steals the hopes and dreams of warFare away as well. A TK comes through at the end. But it's all between war and peace for them, and it's looking a lot like war. Vanquish. It's been a rough game for them. They're running out of chances. Down onto force pistols they go. A depressing sight, but it's the only sight that they have at the moment here. Smoke. Not a perfect smoke over towards the ramp. Means that if anyone were to peek it, they could get one digged, but I think that danger has been avoided. Miraculous eagle play will have to be in order, whether it's incredible solo play or just everybody hitting their shots if they want to somehow make this a little bit of a closer game. But Mills has absolutely no intentions of making it so as he picks up 3 in the round. 4 is out of the question, but the Deagles are also out of the question, surely. Although Nice has found quite a few. He's found 1, And the rest of his teammates have also found one. It's down to 1 versus 2. Not an impossible situation, but an impossible situation indeed at the end of the day. warFare up on 15. Now just have one more to close things out between Vanquish, and the T's will not exactly have the healthiest buy to try to make this comeback happen. It's 10 match points that they're working against, and right now they have scraps, really. Oh man, that's a nasty way and a perfect way to start things off, really. One player going down nearly a second to Jonesy's tagged to 13 points of health. Oh wait, could that mid push actually be... Oh, that could actually be the recipe that they need to close this one out, but damned be a recipe. We're cooking normally here, and warFare are just absolutely cooking with the T's as they close it out 15-6, or excuse me, 16-5. It's a quick one, but it's a quick, swift death for the side of Vanquish Gaming 2. Unfortunately, not going to be able to close this one out versus warFare, who really seem to just be firing off on all cylinders. Incredible game from them. Big shout-outs to everybody on both sides for keeping it as competitive as it was at some points. Mills, holy hell, you killed them, dude. You killed them. I report you to ESEA for bullying because you just bullied those poor kids. That was unbelievable and a pretty gorgeous game to start things off. But we're not done. We have a little bit more Counter-Strike action coming up in just a couple of minutes, actually. It's going to be Supernova versus SKDC for ESEA Advance. So again, just a short break before we head back into that one. Yo, Jonesy, you popped off. Dude, everyone popped off. I don't know why I'm saying, like, only one or two players. Like, y'all had some incredible fucking rounds. Yo, man, no problem. Thanks for letting me cast your game. And, I mean, hey, feel free to watch the VOD as well. I'm just going to toss it to a break real quick, get some water, and get ready for the next match. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching.